Yesterday after I got off work, I drove about 6 hours and got to my destination about midnight, and then I woke up this morning at like 5 o'clock to go the rest of the distance to do something that I consider to be a pretty special thing, something I think everybody needs to do at least once in your life, and that is visit Yosemite National Park in the spring. So that's what I'm driving to do right now. My National Parks Pass expired at the end of last month, so I've got to get a new one. I'm hoping to do that this morning, but I'm pretty sure the kiosk won't be open until 8, and it's like 6 right now, and I'm not going to wait around for 2 hours to get it. So, but if they're there, I'm going to get a new one. I guess that answers that question. Gonna pay when I exit. One of the first major features that you see in Yosemite as you're coming into the valley is Bridalveil Falls. Just as you get onto the road at this part, you can see it right back there. Not really, no you can't. And just right as you round that same bend, like a little bit further down the road, El Capitan comes into view. Let's see. No, you can't see that one either. While there's still kind of the soft lighting of dawn, I'm going to probably head up to Tunnel View and take some photos and videos up there, and then head back down into the valley. There's certainly something very humbling about just the grandeur of Yosemite. There's also something very humbling about locking your keys in your car, which I just did. So I've got AAA on their way to come help me out, and I am stuck at Tunnel View, but it's a good place to be stuck, I guess. My original plan was to make breakfast and coffee from the parking lot of Tunnel View, but since I was locked out, I wasn't able to get to my breakfast stuff and ended up wasting an hour. I mean, it wasn't total waste. I got some fun photos and videos, but all that to say, I am kind of itching to get on the trail, so I'm just going to stop and grab coffee at the cafeteria and then head to the trail that I'm going to do today, which is going to be exciting. This means I'm good to go. Let's get to the trails. I'm getting on the trail a bit later than I wanted to, but fortunately it actually doesn't seem very crowded here. I was expecting a Friday in May to be pretty darn crowded, but it's been pretty empty. Maybe people are still waking up and I've still beat the crowds. I'm also doing something that I haven't done before here, a trail I just found out about like a month ago or something. I'll talk about a little bit more in the future. I need to drink my coffee before I get to the last trash can though. Sorry, Copeck. No pets. Look at this. $1,000 fine, 6 months in jail. Seems pretty steep, but I guess you gotta keep the place safe. So the trail that I'm doing today is quote unquote a secret trail in Yosemite. It's really, I mean, it can't be that great of a secret because I found it on YouTube, but I had never been on it, so I wanted to try it out. We'll see if I can find it. I don't think it'll be too hard. Okay, I'm officially onto the part of the trail that is considered secret. And actually, this isn't even much of a trail, though there's a cairn, so I know I'm on the right track. But eventually I will hit what's gonna be more of an actual trail. It's steep, but there's lots of boulders to step on, so you get a nice good grip. You're not like sliding down on loose gravel or dirt or anything. Surprisingly, there's a bunch of bay leaf all along the edge of this trail. Bay leaf, it's also known as laurel. You put it in like soups and stuff. I mean, it grows a ton where I live, but I wasn't expecting to see it up here so far away from the ocean. But it smells amazing. You just have to be careful because if you inhale like a ton of it, it like gives you a gnarly like headache that feels like a brain freeze. But I highly suggest taking a bay leaf off of the tree, crumpling up a little bit and smelling it. It's kind of got a eucalyptus sort of smell to it, and it's awesome. The trail is steep, but is definitely officially the trail now. I'm not any longer just scrambling over rocks and boulders. I have stairs and a pretty clearly defined path. Whew! I made it to the summit. This is Sierra Point here. So this is Sierra Point. It is the only point in the park that you can see 4 major waterfalls: Vernal, Nevada, Illilouette, and Yosemite. I know I'm in Yosemite, but it's been kind of a rough day. I had some car stuff happen before I locked my keys in my car. Then I locked my keys in my car, and then just now I was taking some photos and some videos, and my phone was sitting on my backpack, and I lifted up my backpack. My phone fell and hit a rock, and so now I'm looking at a cracked screen. So it's been a little rough, but I do have these waterfalls to console me, which, that's nice. You can tell that people camp in this tiny little clearing here. It's like just enough space for one tent. There's a little fire ring at the end in the cave there. And then you should check out the view. So there's the space for a tent. There's the fire ring. You swing around this way. There's your view. It's pretty incredible. As you can tell by my slipping, it is pretty steep going downhill here, and this part is covered in loose dirt, so I gotta be really careful. How you guys doing? How's it going? I am back now to the valley floor and back to my car. I don't really know what I'm gonna do the rest of the day. Maybe stop at a few scenic points. I don't think I'm gonna do another hike though. And then I'm sure I'm gonna catch the sunset somewhere. Maybe Tunnel View, maybe the meadow that looks over at Half Dome. Also thinking about going up to Sentinel Dome, which it's like way above the valley floor. Okay, I made up my mind about what I want to do. I'm just gonna do the short hike to the bottom of Lower Yosemite Falls. It's probably gonna be pretty crowded and there's gonna be a lot of people. I'm not gonna narrate it or anything, but I'll take some video on my way in. And then I'm probably just gonna relax around the valley, maybe stop somewhere and read, put up my hammock if I can find a nice secluded spot. Just enjoy the valley. Bridge right now because there's 1,000 people up above and this is the only place I can be by myself. I'm not complaining about people. I'm just trying to get some shots with nobody in it, so I kind of have to be a bridge troll for a little bit. shorts I'm wearing aren't technically swimwear, but I could totally get them wet. And I wanted to go swimming, and this log here like is not attached to anything, so it rolls around. So I think I'm gonna play around on that, and probably will end up going swimming whether I want to or not. I don't know if it came across at all in my videos, but I was definitely feeling like kind of mopey and like over people being around on the trails and it being crowded. And of course I'm one of the people, and it's I'm part of the problem. But I feel like I walked away from the experience having learned a lot. Trying to avoid all the people in the shots forced me to kind of look at the scenery and the surroundings a lot more and be a little more creative in where I was shooting from and the framing. And it really forced me off the beaten path, and I got to explore around a little bit, and I'm really glad that I did. So the final thing on my agenda for the day is to hike up Sentinel Dome and watch the sunset from there. The sun is set and now everybody has left, so I have this place to myself. I'm gonna head back in a minute here. I'm in Yosemite tomorrow as well, but I don't think I'm gonna take video at all tomorrow, so this will be the end of this one. Let me know if you liked this style of video. It's pretty fun for me to make, so let me know if you enjoy it, and if you want to see more of them, you can subscribe or just keep checking back in.